Have you been scrolling lately and just felt off? You know, like the internet, the place we all grew up exploring, is turning into this weird synthetic hall of mirrors? Well, you are not alone. That feeling is so common now, it actually has a name. And today we're going to get to the bottom of what is really going on behind your screen.
Right, so section 1. Is the internet haunted? And maybe that's the best way to put it, right? It's this uncanny feeling that the vibrant, human-filled places we used to know are now just populated by ghosts in the machine.
Come on, we've all been there, haven't we? You're deep in some comment section, you're locked in a debate that just feels circular and strange, and that little thought starts to creep in. Is the person on the other end of this even human? That suspicion, right there, is the jumping-off point for this whole explainer.
This image, this is the feeling, that glitchy, inhuman sense of digital decay, like something real is being replaced by a noisy, artificial, and kind of broken copy. And this isn't just you being paranoid, it's a shared experience, and it's pointing to a massive shift that's happening right under our noses. So this widespread feeling is the core of what's called the dead internet theory. Now, it's not saying the internet is literally offline, of course not. What it's really proposing is that the human internet might be dead, replaced by AI-generated content, bots arguing with other bots, and algorithms just feeding each other in this endless, synthetic loop that's getting more and more detached from actual human reality. So, is there any actual truth to this? Is it all just a creepy feeling, or does the data back it up? Let's take a look at what the numbers have to say about who, or what, is actually online with us. Okay, so the data is pretty startling. According to a recent report on 2023 traffic, humans are, well, we're just barely the majority online now. Just over 50% of all internet traffic comes from actual people. The rest, it's bots. And yeah, some of those are good bots, thank search engine crawlers and stuff. But a staggering 32%, almost a third of all traffic, is from malicious bots, designed to scrape data, commit fraud, and launch attacks. But hold on, you've probably seen even more dramatic headlines, right? Big, shocking statistics that seem to confirm our worst fears about this whole dead internet thing. But like most things you see online, the truth here is just a little more complicated. The reality is that viral claim was based on a huge misunderstanding. Some sharp users on Reddit actually dug into it and found that the original academic paper said 57% of translated web content was machine translated. Now that's a big deal for training AI models for sure, but it is absolutely not the same as saying over half the entire internet is AI made. And the craziest part? The fact that this false version spread like wildfire is a perfect example of the very problem we're talking about. And this bot problem isn't just some abstract number on a chart. It has a huge impact on specific parts of our lives. Look at financial services. Over 67% of their traffic comes from bad bots. In the gaming world, it's over 57%. These things aren't just creating noise. They are actively trying to commit fraud, steal people's accounts, and mess with real businesses. And all of this, it builds up to an even bigger, scarier problem. Because when the web is just flooded with synthetic content and bad actors, it leads to a fundamental breakdown in our ability to trust anything we see online.
One of the most powerful tools for destroying that trust is something called astroturfing. As the India Forum puts it here, it's not about real grassroots support for an idea, it's about faking it. It's about manufacturing the illusion of a popular movement to manipulate public opinion and completely drown out real conversations.
So how do they do it? Well, they've got a whole toolbox of digital deception. We're talking armies of bots, thousands of fake profiles, coordinated troll farms, and even simple copy-paste hashtag campaigns that can create this tidal wave of fake consensus, making some fringe idea look like it's the majority opinion.
And the problem gets even more, well, visceral when we move beyond just text. With deepfake technology, it's now possible to create these hyper-realistic videos and audio clips that can make it look like a real person said or did something they never, ever did. This isn't just about faking consensus anymore. This is about faking evidence.
And we are already seeing the consequences of this play out. An AI-generated image of an explosion at the Pentagon was realistic enough that it actually caused a temporary dip in the stock market. And on the other end of the spectrum, you had that fake image of the Pope in a stylish puffer jacket that went viral, fooling millions. See, one is dangerous, the other seems harmless, but they both prove just how easily our sense of reality can be twisted. The result of all this is a catastrophic collapse in trust. A recent Edelman Trust Barometer found that a whopping 70% of people are worried that even professional journalists are actively trying to mislead them. I mean, When you can't trust photos, you can't trust videos, and you can't trust the news, what's left to trust?
This whole problem feels overwhelming, I know, but how in the world did we even get here? To understand that, we have to go back and look at the internet's original blueprints.
So the internet was this engineering marvel, right? Designed to do one thing incredibly well, deliver packets of information. It was built for speed, for scale, but it had this massive blind spot. There was no system built into its core to verify who was sending the information or if that information was authentic. It was designed to deliver the message, but it never checked the sender's ID.
And this stateless design, where basically every single request is treated as a brand new event with no memory or context, that's the root vulnerability. It created the perfect playground for bots and AI, which can operate totally anonymously and at a scale humans could never match, just flooding the system with synthetic, fake actions.
It's a pretty bleak picture, I know, but it is not hopeless. The same ingenuity that built the internet in the first place is now being used to try and fix it. So let's look at how we might be able to forge a more trustworthy, more human web.
The key takeaway here is that we can't just moderate our way out of this mess. Content moderation is like playing a game of whack-a-mole you can never win. The real solution has to go deeper, down to the infrastructure level. We basically need to engineer trust back into the internet's very foundation.
So what does that look like? Well, researchers think it stands on 4 main pillars. First, proof of origin, so we can actually prove a photo or video is real from the moment it's created. Second, an immutable lineage, which is like a tamper-proof history of a piece of content. Third, agent-aware economics, which totally flips the script and makes bots pay for the resources they use. And finally, all of this has to be designed to work at internet scale for billions of people.
And this isn't just some theory. Real companies are building this future right now. Cloudflare is creating ways for websites to charge AI crawlers for access. Companies like OpenOrigins are working on embedding cryptographic proof of authenticity directly into cameras. But it's not just a tech solution. We're also seeing a human response, the rise of so-called dark social, where people are just retreating to private, trusted channels like DMs and group chats to find real human connection.
This all leads us to one final, really critical question. We are at a crossroads. If we do nothing, we could end up in a world where just sorting through all this synthetic fog to find something genuinely human becomes, well, nearly impossible.
And that is really the ultimate takeaway here. The next great challenge isn't just about making AI faster or smarter. It's about building systems that actually allow us to trust what we see and who we talk to online. It's about making sure the internet remains a tool for human connection, not a giant monument to a synthetic world we lost control of.